riding into the pits, I had a chance to take a look at the brakes, and there was nothing like obviously like wrong with them or anything, though there was a bit of discoloration on the discs. This is probably to be expected also at these temps that you reach on the Nürburgring. I was reading an article on EBC's page about how to like break in their yellow stuff pads and blue stuff pads and such. And obviously my pads are not EBC, but they are high performance pads, though Brembo didn't supply any like instructions on how to bed them in. So I didn't do anything like special for those pads. I just did what I would usually do. And I came across this thing called green fade, which apparently is basically like a last step of the breaking in process, which occurs on the first time you really get the brakes super hot. And apparently it's also supposed to leave like a blue discoloration on the discs, just like what you saw on the fronts on my car. So I'm wondering if maybe I experienced green fade on the track, or if just something else was going on. Obviously the vibration doesn't seem to correlate. I don't think that's anything to do with green fade, but at least the braking performance could have had something to do with that, because it almost felt like they were like glazed at some points on the track. So also I put up like a side by side of my best lap from the last time I was at the Nürburgring compared to this lap now, and it is obvious that my brakes last time were definitely a lot better than these brakes now, even though these brakes are bigger and with better like higher performance compound on the pads. So I'm not sure what happened there, but unfortunately for me that wasn't everything that went wrong. Here you can see that I was just going for a short drive after my lap, just to check that everything was working alright. And as I was driving along, I just tried the brakes. I just put on the brakes for like a second and then went to accelerate up to speed again, and the car didn't accelerate like it should. So that was just the beginning of a big problem. Let's just say it like that. About 1.5-2 years ago, I did have a lot of electrical problems with this car, which I didn't really document much here on YouTube, but unfortunately they seem to have returned to my car. So basically there was something wrong with the supply and regulation of my throttle body, which in practice means that the car gets some wrong values on its sensors and decides to shut down my turbo. Which means that I suddenly have a car with like maybe 70 horsepower, which is not really ideal for either the Nürburgring or getting home from Germany on the Autobahn. So I went to the nearest Volvo shop, just hoping against hope that this was not the same problem that had returned from before, because that was genuinely a massive like process trying to figure out what it was and repairing it. Seemingly now it might not actually have been like fully repaired. I did go to the nearest Volvo dealer and had the car inspected, diagnostics, all of that, and I mean they just said that they thought it had to be the throttle body, which I know from my last time having these fault codes in the ECU that the throttle body is not a problem. So they couldn't really help me more than that. Like they didn't. First of all, they didn't have time because it was just like a drop-in diagnostic, and secondly, they didn't have a throttle body in stock even. So, and with me knowing that it probably wasn't going to help, I didn't really. There was not really much I could do really. So, yeah, join me in the next episode where I try to get from Germany to where I try to get from the Nürburgring and home with the car in limp mode. Should be fun, right? Yeah. I guess I'll see you in the next one, hopefully, if I make it home. Who knows? I mean, I'm definitely not home right now editing this video. I mean, there's no spoilers here at all. But anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.